Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tamisha Tony of the Radiant RN, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about different transportation options for travel nurses. If you haven't already, please go ahead and watch my last video where we talk about nurse licensure by endorsement. Okay, so you already got your travel assignment, you're booked and ready to go. So now what? Are you going to drive there? Are you going to fly? Are you going to have your car shipped? Are you going to, have somebody else drop you off? Like, what are you going to do to get to your travel assignment? And how are you going to get yourself around once you're there? You can either drive yourself, take a road trip, get a rental car once you get to your assignment, or fly to the assignment and have your car shipped. So for option one, driving yourself, make a road trip out of it and have fun. If your assignment is, let's say, maybe less than 8 hours to where you are stationed from, you might just want to go ahead and, do the long drive, haul it out, and it'd be the cheapest option for you in the long haul. Because you'll have your car with you the whole time. You won't have to worry about getting taxis, Ubers, rentals. All you have to do is fill up and go as you normally would. If the trip is longer than that, you can even make fun out of it. Like you can, maybe go stop at a national monument, go see some sights, go meet up with a friend that lives in a different city, spend the night, and then get back on the road the next day. So you can make a really long trip. You can split it up into 2 or 3 days if you have the time and that's something you want to do, and just make it more fun. But if you just want to go straight on and just keep driving for maybe 8 hours, you can do that too, depending on your stamina, like how long you can tolerate driving. Option two, getting a rental car. Now with this, you want to reach out to your travel agency, whichever agency you're working with, and ask your recruiter or the company if they have any deals with rental car agencies. They might be able to give you a discount because rental cars can add up and be pretty pricey, especially if you're going to be doing a 13-week assignment. I know personally for me, I didn't feel comfortable paying for a rental for 13 weeks, but I did get a rental car for an 8-week assignment that I did. Typical companies that are pretty common, I think, is Budget, Enterprise. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but I know when I got my rental, I used Budget. So what I did was pre-book the rental car in advance and let them know that I was going to be needing the car for an extended amount of time. So I got my car for 8 weeks. When you extend for a longer time like that, sometimes they'll give you a little bit of a discount for having the car for such a lengthy occasion. At the time, I paid a little, like over $2,500 for my 8-week rental, which looking back, I think it was a little bit overpriced, but it is what it is now. But that's how much I paid in Arizona for an 8-week rental car, and I was using Budget at the time. My tips to you would be to not get the rental directly from the airport. Do yourself a favor, Uber to wherever you're staying, the hotel, Airbnb, whatever you choose to stay in, and get a ride from there to a rental car place that's not associated with the airport, because the airport is going to tax on a lot more fees and charge higher rates, so you're going to end up paying more for the same vehicle. So get the car away from the airport. The third option is getting your car shipped. Now this one is not as common. I think I learned about it actually from another YouTuber's video. So to get your car shipped, you'll go online, look up some car shipping companies. If you just go on Google, a bunch of them will pop up. You can put your email into a search engine and you'll have like a bunch of different representatives reaching out to you. So they were emailing, calling me. So I get a quote from each of them like, hey, I live in Virginia. I'm shipping my car to California. What's the best rate you can offer me? Once you get a couple of quotes, you'll take the best one that works for you and your situation, and you go from there. Once the company can confirm that they can get your car shipped from whatever state you're in to where you're traveling, they'll have the shipper call you directly, and you'll talk one-on-one with the person who's going to be handling your vehicle. Now, of note, they will let you know that it can take maybe about a 3-day window from when you want the car picked up. So if you're going to be assigned to work, let's just say April 11th, right? You don't want to tell them to come pick up the car on April 11th. You want to pre-plan it so that by the 11th it's all said and done. So what you want to do is give them a 3-day window. They can come pick up your car on the 10th, 11th, or 12th if you tell them the 11th. So if you know you need to be on the road and ready to go by the 11th, to ask them to pick up the car on maybe say the 9th instead. So that way they'll come the 8th, the 9th, or the 10th, and by the 11th, you're good to go. Once the driver comes to pick up your vehicle, you're going to do a walkthrough of your car. You'll do a complete 360 walk around of the car. So they'll look at all your paint chips, scratches, dents, any defects in your mirror, anything that could be considered damage. You'll go through, you sign a copy, they sign a copy, and when you get your car dropped off to you, you should expect to get it back in the same exact condition you left it in. And of note, if you live in like an apartment, I know at the time I was living in a garden style apartment, so, or if you live on like a cul-de-sac maybe, where you don't have a lot of room in your parking area, they may ask you to do your pickup at a grocery store or a mall or a shopping center that's close by to your house that has more space, because a big rig is gonna come pick up your car. So if you have a really tight parking area in like a residential community, just let them know that ahead of time so that they can redirect the truck to something close by to you for the pickup, because you won't have enough space to turn and load the vehicle and all that. You're gonna need a lot of room. Then payment. I know when I shipped my car almost 2 years ago, it was in 2021, from Virginia to California, I did have to pay a little bit over $1,000 at that time. However, if you compare that to me getting a rental car in California for 13 weeks, I'm pretty sure I would have been paying well over $3,000 for a rental car for that extended amount of time. So that was the cheaper and best option for me at the time. But always do your research and just figure out what works best for you, your finances, what you're traveling for, who you're going to be meeting up with once you're there, you know, because if you're going to go travel and have family there and you could just borrow someone else's car, then you've solved your problem. But obviously you know your own situation, so just do what's best for you. And I think that covers just about everything. So now you know different ways that you can travel and get around once you book your travel assignment. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.